ada 3 hidden feature dekat dalam lori FH4 ni. Hari ni Abang Kyle nak review lori ni dan juga reveal what are the 3 hidden features. Alright, so this is Abang Kyle and you guys are watching the PK Wawasan channel. Lori ni baru je bawa masuk daripada UK. Dia menggunakan enjin Volvo D13 yang dapat generate 460 horsepower sehingga 500 horsepower guys. It uses a 13-litre engine under the Euro 5 lineup. And Euro 5 ni memang faham lah, Abang Kyle faham that is very expensive to isi diesel semua. That is why you have an option to downgrade it to Euro 3. And bila dah downgrade, it's much more cheaper for you guys to isi diesel pada tangki diesel 500 liter and tangki diesel 300 liter dekat sana. The 6x2 relief axle configuration increases the fuel efficiency for this truck. When there's no load, you can raise the tires and this can reduce the wear and tear on the tire, and in the long run, it can also reduce the costing for your haulage and your transportation. The entire axle is raised using air balloon suspensions at the back. Air balloon suspension dekat bawah ni, it helps by absorbing the impact daripada jalan. When there's a lot of pressure put on the air balloon, it may burst. So always make sure not to overload your trailers and to check if there's any holes or any cuts on the air balloon, because if the air balloon is leaking, then the air tank will run out as it supplies the air to the balloons. Okay, and a lot of functions in this lorry uses air. One of the functions right here is the brakes. The brakes on the lorry uses air to function. Lorries use air brakes instead of hydraulic brakes. It uses compressed air to apply pressure to the brake pads, which will create friction that will slow down the truck. However, if the air runs out, the brakes won't work. How will you stop the lorry if it's going downhill? Well, let me show you the first hidden feature. The first hidden feature is the auxiliary brake over here. Some people like to call it exhaust brake, auxiliary brake, jake brake, and there's a lot of names for this. So it works by reducing the engine speed using the exhaust fumes. So as I mentioned earlier, air brakes use air to stop the engine. However, exhaust brakes use exhaust fumes that are recirculated back into the engine, which will slow down the engine due to less oxygen quantity in it. With the auxiliary brake over here, it has 5 levels ranging from A, B, 1, 2 and 3. When you put it into A position, what it does is, when you press on the brake, both the air brakes and the exhaust brakes will be activated, slowing down the truck. With level 1 to 3, what it does is, when you let go of the accelerator, the brakes will start to work, or the brakes will engage. And finally with B, what it does is, B is a much more stronger braking power compared to levels 1 to 3, in which B will use gears for optimal braking efficiency lah. Okay guys, and if you pull the lever towards you, it will activate the trailer brake. The trailer brake will only work in speeds between 4 to 7 kilometers. Alright guys, so before I reveal the second and third hidden feature, let me show you guys the interior of this truck. Okay, so here you have all the control panels. These control panels cover all of the instruments or all of the functions that are available in this lorry. Not only here, but you get it over here as well, where you get the tachograph and all. Okay, since there are 2 lorries parked, the 460 horsepower and the 500 horsepower, what are the differences? With the 500 horsepower, you get much more spacious compartments and you get a single bed. Additionally, you also get a fridge. However, with the 460 horsepower, you get smaller compartment spaces to accommodate 2 beds, and yeah, that's about it lah. You actually have no refrigerator over here, and you have 2 storage spaces here where you can keep your water bottle, guys. Okay, so the second feature that I want to talk about is TCS, traction control system. When the lorry is stuck in a muddy or slippery conditions, the wheels may spin out of control. This is where traction control system is activated, and it will help by controlling the power that is sent to both the tires at the back. However, if that is not enough, off-road traction control system can be used, where it will allow the tires to dig its way out of the stuck situation. It will reduce the sensitivity and it will allow the tire to dig its way out without reducing the pulling power. If the traction control system doesn't help you and you guys are still stuck in that same situation, what you can do is, you can activate the differential lock. Differential lock helps by locking both the wheels at the back, allowing them to move in an evenly order. How it works is the engine will send power evenly to all the tires at the back, so it can maneuver out of that situation. Alright, so now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the truckers don't know that these functions exist, but some of them may not know how to use them and where it is applied. Okay, these functions are very advantageous to the truckers as it can reduce the wear and tear, increase the fuel efficiency, but most important of all, it increases the safety for both the driver and also the other road users. Okay, so make sure to learn these functions, and if you don't understand anything, you can comment down below as well. And if you want to purchase this lorry, you can contact our sales team. Okay, so that is all for today's video. Do like, do share, do subscribe. Thank you for watching, and peace.